Let's bring in Florida Republican Congressman Greg Steube. He's a House member of the Intelligence Committee, and he was at that hearing today. Congressman, great to see you today. You were there for much of that, and how this whole issue has been aired out in public. What was your takeaway from hearing today from Tulsi Gabbard, John Ratliff, Kash Patel?
Well, they made it very clear, and I questioned them on were their sources, were their methods, were their locations disclosed, and they confirmed that there was not. Was there a unit? Was there all of these different details that would make it classified? And there was not, and they made it very clear that this wasn't war plans like the Democrats want it to say. And at the bottom line, we have terrorists that are no longer on this planet thanks to the leadership of President Trump and his team that he's put in place to attack people that are attacking ships in international waters. There's been over 300 attacks from the Houthis since 2003 in this area. The Biden administration did nothing about it. And we finally have an administration that's willing to stand against terrorism and fight for an America First agenda.
Yeah, that's the bottom line in the end, is that this was a successful mission executed, and it now demands for perfection from the same people that imperfectly looked over the last 4 years, including, not gratuitously, the death of 13 Marines in Afghanistan as a mistake. Today, demanding perfection. However, Congressman, we do expect more from our leaders, and I would imagine off the heels of this, there will be changes made so that communication like this is never, ever, at a minimum, leaked to a journalist from the Atlantic.
Yeah, obviously that's things that both the president and NSA Waltz have talked about, that they're going to make changes. They're going to identify how this reporter got on this thread, but those changes are going to be made. And to your point in your monologue, the White House counsel has said that Signal is a system that can be used for communications that are sensitive but not classified in nature, and that's exactly what was going on. And the bottom line is, on that hearing today, it was about worldwide threats. The Democrats made it about a Signal chat, and Republicans made it about the threats at the southern border that this president is going after, and going after the cartels and designating them as foreign terrorist organizations, the threat that we see from China, the threat that we see from Russia and all across the world. That was the focus of Republicans, and applauding this administration for actually taking action against terrorists.
So I want to clarify with you something here. I asked the question here at the beginning of the show, what is the mistake that was made? We offer up two alternatives. Was it a mistake to use this type of communication inside of Signal? Whether or not it was classified, was this the wrong place with the wrong information? I ask you, A, was that a mistake? It seems clear. B, a mistake was somehow including Jeffrey Goldberg.
Yeah, the obvious mistake was including a reporter on this thread, and Waltz has said that he made that mistake, and he's admitted that mistake, and he wants to move on from that, and obviously that's never going to happen again. White House counsel has said using Signal for conversations is perfectly legitimate. This wasn't a classified conversation, and you pointed out, I thought very well, there was clearly a classified conversation that happened before that in a classified environment, and as Waltz said in the thread, hey, you want to go to the high side to get more information on this that is classified. Obviously, they have the opportunity to do that. And White House counsel has said they have the ability to use an encrypted service like Signal to be able to communicate about sensitive matters but not classified matters, and that's exactly what happened here.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely true, Congressman. I appreciate you joining us today and telling us how it went down today at the House Intel Committee meeting.